I feel pain and disgust as I write this. I feel shocked and embarrassed as I reminisce about the days when we were younger and racism had no home, and every single child of colour was free to roam, a judgment-free zone. Or so I thought. The irony and the contrast of the pain that race has brought. Turns out that that was merely my ignorance as a child, and as I grow, so does the list of unjust deaths I have compiled. For me, it's just a file. For others, it's their child. I'm baffled by the constant disregard for human life. How can one so apathetically use a knife? How can one treat others as mere wildlife? And how are innocent people still living in such strife? We have a problem, and I don't know why it's taken millions of deaths for us to notice it. Systematic racism, a disease that doesn't seem to quit. And it's taken this long for us to even admit praise on those that society continues to claim don't fit. But unlike other viruses, this one has a clear solution. Vaccines take years to develop, this one just takes bravery and inclusion. The potion isn't magic, no witchcraft or illusion. The vaccine, our voices. In this day and age, why are we still identifying people by the colour of their skin? And why are people of colour still worried about fitting in? How are people living in fear under a system that's supposed to protect you? How are we living in a world where I have to phone my black friends just to say I've got you, that I'll stand with you and fight with you against the entire world's view? The fact I have to clarify something they should already know is true doesn't even touch on for centuries they've been going through. The systematic oppression and need for discretion. Until recently, you would never see a person of colour in the spotlight. The difference in opportunity when you're black compared to when you're white. It's still extraordinary to see a black person win an award, and when they do, yeah, they'll get a round of applause. But then what? The next award is given and the timer resets. This is just one step, and we cannot forget to keep cutting away at the net that's blocking their freedom and prosperity. And on the topic of prosperity, why is it still so extraordinary to see a black man succeed? Is this now what we understand by representation? Is this really what we call diversity? And since when did diversity become a solution for adversity? Just because you admire black features doesn't mean you're riding, and vibing with black music doesn't excuse the fact they're dying. You can't be there to prosper when culture's beautiful in your eyes, but unprepared to say your piece when a person of colour unjustly dies. The silence is deafening. Piggybacking on black trends but ignoring the profanity. Lip fillers, fake tan braids, maybe it's just vanity or pure insanity. This isn't what God teaches to Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, Jews, or in Christianity. You don't have to be pro-black, you just have to be pro-humanity. And the truth is, you don't have to have experienced racism for you to empathise. You don't have to be black or to have experienced a genocide. The real crime is sitting silently by, watching every mother, every father, uncle, brother experiencing hatred for the colour of their skin. Whether it's being shot for being black and going on a run, or killed in your home, 8 shots from different guns, or being unarmed and suffocated by the knee of a police officer on your neck. I can't breathe. 11 times George cried, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Pain in his voice, life fading from his eyes. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Slowly losing consciousness until eventually he dies. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. But I ask you, can you breathe? In this unjust society, through the pollution of prejudice, the clouds of racism, can your lungs find air? Tell me, is it fair? How is sympathy so rare? People getting killed for living and you can't even spare a minute to educate yourself. Please pull up a chair, show that you care. After all, is breathing in submissive air much better than not breathing at all? Within a week, the officer that killed George Floyd was charged with murder. A charge that would never have been issued had no one spoken up. Justice unfulfilled if the situation remained untouched. And if the incident was not filmed, would we even have known as much? How many incidents go unnoticed, buried in the hutch? We live in a world where silence promotes corruption, But the eruption isn't loud enough alone. We need more than just one eruption. To highlight the destruction, we must create more disruption. See, justice requires interruption of the unjust state that we are living in. The power of the people. This isn't just another one of those broken speeches, and this isn't just for every black person that this reaches. I truly hope this message touches you and teaches that humanity always comes first. Regardless of your ethnicity, nationality, or race, we all have a duty to play our part and ensure there is a place for every single child, no matter their religion or colour. It's time to unite as one humanity and fight for one another.